Hey, I'm Tertzle, welcome. I don't imagine you know me, obviously, but you're watching this video, so it's either you're interested in what I'm about to say, and maybe you're just bored and you're just here for the sake of it being here, you know? But it's all good. So, welcome here, this is a video on what I believe is going to be Album of the Year. And I'm just gonna come out and say this video is about Fit for a King and their upcoming album Lonely Gods. I wanted to make this video because Fit for a King, they're a super cool metal band and they're amazing. I've seen them live opening for Motionless in White and they were fantastic. And though most of my experience of their set was spent having some guy high on something rubbing his nose all over my back, it was a really good experience and I loved it. Seriously, they're amazing live and I need to do it again at some point. But this video I wanted to make because I wanted to talk about their upcoming album Lonely God coming out on August 1st, because looking at this album I'm convinced that they're going to be releasing Album of the Year and I really wanted to talk about it a little bit. So that's what we're up to, but before we do that, this is my first time ever making a video like this, so please let me know on any ways I can improve. Just little things, little nitpicks. All I want is to get better, you know. But yeah, we're gonna get into it, so yeah. Okay, so first off, it's important that we go through all the details of the album. The album's called Lonely God. It releases on August 1st, and there are currently 4 singles out as I'm recording this. There's 12 songs on the album, featuring vocalists such as Landon Chewers of The Plotting You, Lockie Kioff, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, but Lockie of Alpha Wolf, and Chris Motionless of Motionless in White. In terms of the album coverage, it's here. I have to say, it's absolutely amazing. I love it. I adore the art. It's perfect. It's different to what we've done before, I think, with the covers. But I like the whole style of it. I love the vibe. I love the aesthetic. It's so nice. I love it. It's easily my favourite of all of their covers. Like, I remember when the song Lonely God was released as a single, I saw the cover and I just prayed that that was going to be the cover art. And then then they announced the album, and then I can't even tell you how happy I was that that was the actual cover. And you know, I haven't seen anyone disappointed with the art either, so I feel like, even though I can't explain it the best way ever, I feel like you might even know what I'm on about. You know, I love it. It just feels right. And it looks great. You know, I'm super happy with it. It's probably going to wind up being my favourite cover of the year, if anything. You know? And the actual album, 12 songs, which isn't anything crazy, obviously. That's a pretty average length for an album. But what makes this track list special to me is the features that are on here. 3 features are crazy. All of them are crazy. Technium featuring Landon Chewers from The Plotting You is already out and it's an absolute banger. Landon kills it and the song slaps insanely. Like, I did a reaction to it. I'm pretty sure that was one of my first times listening to the band, was in that reaction, and you could just see my eyes light up and it's like, fuck. You know, I found something with it, you know, and I loved it, and I still do love it, you know. It's a super good starting point for the features. Track 7 features Lockie of Alpha Wolf. Now, they are one of my favourite metal bands ever, and Lockie's vocals are absolutely a factor of that. I adore the way he delivers the vocals, and it's just consistently insane in all the good ways. And you know, I can't even imagine, I can't fathom what he's going to be whipping out here, but I think we can safely bet this one's about to be heavy, and I'm so excited for it. It's going to be great, and it's probably going to be one of my favourites, in all fairness. Yeah. And then the final feature on the album is on the final song. The closer features Chris Motionless of Motionless in White. I mentioned earlier how I saw Fit for a King opening for Motionless in White, so I think my opinion on Motionless in White is pretty clear. I adore the band, and Chris is a great vocalist, and I know a lot of people agree with that. I see a lot of praise for his vocals online, so you know, he can do a lot, which makes me wonder if this closer's about to be a nice chill one, or a super heavy like fuck you closer, just shredding it. But you know, I'd take either. They can take it anywhere, and that's really exciting. But you know, these 3 features on the album, all being artists that I absolutely adore in their own way, is insane to me. Like, genuinely, you should have seen me when the album was announced. I remember perfectly, I was laid down on my bed, it was Lonely God release day, I had done the reaction the night before, I'm pretty sure I would have posted it by then, but I saw the announcement for the album, and it was like, just seeing the track list and all the features, I had to get up from my bed and pace around the house because I was just like in shock. You know, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the features to be like that. Like, it's crazy. I love them. I'm stuttering on all my words, I'm sorry. I feel like the features are going to make the album like crazy cool, like way more crazy cool than they already were going to be. And it's got my hype for the album so high, and hearing the features is now a reason that I can't wait for the full album to release, because it's gotten me super excited. And you know, I'm betting any amount of money that it's going to pay off, and the songs with these features are going to be insane. Right, so I mentioned earlier how there were 4 singles out right now as I'm recording, and I really want to talk about them individually because I think that's a really important part of an album release. Obviously, as for singles, it's meant to give you a taste of what the album's about to be. It's meant to get you excited, it's meant to give you a look. So, the first single was Technium, with London Tours of the Plotting You. It was released on the 26th of July, and it was last year. It's been a while, and like, insane. It's an absolute banger. It's heavy, it bangs, and it melts me. Everyone compares the song to Doom, and I can see it a lot. I think it's just the sheer heaviness and the feeling of the song. The guitars, you just go in and tear everything up, and it feels like you would be in hell fighting demons. It's just crazy. It's just energy constantly. The breakdown at the end wallops. It just comes in, kills everyone. And it's great. Both Ryan and Landon sound amazing here. They're just popping off. Their screams work super well together, and I adore it. It's a great first single, and an absolute banger of a track in general, and I know a lot of people love it. And then the second single release was No Tomorrow on the 25th of April. I remember this release. Very well, actually. I remember I was going to my dad's and I was just listening to the preview, and it was like, oh my, it's going to be great. The cover art for this is also really pretty. You know, it's a really different song to Technium in the vein of it's soulful and melodic, and Technium was neither, obviously. Ryan singing in the chorus is absolutely beautiful as well. And the whole chorus is beautiful, actually. It's such a pretty sound, and I adore it. You know, the verses are absolutely shredding, though. Completely opposite of the chorus. The guitar's going at it, and Ryan just screaming, you know? But then, it's the contrast of the heavy verses with the chorus. It really showcases the meaning of the song. The meaning is like, if there's no tomorrow, if the world's about to end, if, you know, we're about to die, the people in the song are going to stay together and spend their last moments together. Even in the chaos of what's happening around them, they find peace being with each other. You know, that's also what the music video is about. And I really like that. I think it's really nice, and it's quite nice. I don't know what other word to say other than nice, but it's quite beautiful, you know? The song also does have a breakdown, and like, it's not a heavy breakdown, but for what the song is, it's perfect. And then it goes into the final chorus of having screaming, singing from Ryan. It's perfect. It's a perfect final impact of the song, and it's amazing, just perfect. And this is like the greatest piece of variety for the album, and it works so well. You know, such a good song. And then the third single released. The third single released was the title track "Lonely God," releasing on the 30th of May. And it definitely deserves to be the title track. It's so high. You know, the beginning builds up just to drop you into the heaviness, and it's so good. The song just keeps going, the energy never stops even once. And you know, the only times the song stops is to let the next part of the song to hit even harder. And you know, the chorus whips in and it's absolutely insane. It just breaks it down and it feels like it's just constantly punching you. And I love it, you know, the breakdown here is also perfect. I love it. The slow build up with the drums, the isolation of the vocals to drop into the guitar. Insane. It's not a crazy breakdown, but it doesn't need to be. It might not even count as a breakdown, could be a groove down or something. But it absolutely melts you and left me with my jaw open. And you know, the song fades out because, you know, how else are you meant to stop the absolute force of the breakdown? And you know, it's easily my favourite of the singles. I absolutely adore it. It's just, it just packs a punch. You know, it comes in, beats you, just wallops you into the floor, and then goes. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's so good. And then the most recent single release was the opener, Begin the Sacrifice, and it came out on the 27th of June, the day after my prom. And I should say, what an absolute fucking banger of an opener, you know? The guitar riff is insane, and I'm so happy about it. I just bopped my head when the song starts. It's so good. And the verses are more chill. There's no crazy screams or instrumentals. All of that's just chill, you know? But then all of that is just thrown out for the chorus because the song goes from 0 to 100 instantly. Ryan's screams are mental. They had me baffled when I heard it for the first time. It's just like a wall of noise, but in the best way. It sounds amazing. And then the breakdown is absolutely insane. The guitar goes fucking wild and it makes some insane noises. I am pretty sure they used the noise pedal that Sabian and Scotty of Alpha Wolf produced, which makes some insane sounds. It's crazy. But it works so well, and it's the most insane breakdown I've heard for a while. Like, what an opening. what a great album, and it's probably like one of the best ways we could have opened the album. I love it. All in all, the singles all slap hard in their own way. There's not been any misses in my opinion, and I've only ever seen positive things about the songs. So I really trust that they keep this streak up for the full album, and you know, I really do think we're in for a front to back banger of an album. Now, we do have to think about some things. Obviously, I think the other songs are gonna bang, you know, especially the ones with the features. But obviously, there's always a chance that there will be a few less than banger songs. You know, I'm not saying there will be, but the chance is higher than zero. You know, I still have confidence, but obviously, expectations still need to be kept level. I especially need to remind myself sometimes, might not be the best album you've ever heard. You need to like dial it back sometimes. But you know, I can't help it. But you do just have to kind of remember that not all of them are gonna be guaranteed to smack. Now, for speculation, I think we're gonna get another single before the album. Only one more though, you know? Still a month left of the album, and I don't think they're gonna spend the month riding on the 4 singles we've already got released, because I imagine hype will begin to die down maybe, you know, and obviously they're going to want to keep the hype going, so obviously another single will probably be released, but I don't think it'll be soon. I think it'll probably be like the week before the album, or maybe even like just a few days before the album, you know, just to get the hype back, and I think that has a decent chance of happening. Yeah, so pretty much in full, I think the album's going to slap in all the good ways. You've got the absolutely brilliant art for the cover, you've got the track list with some fantastic features, and you've got like singles that obliterate most of their discography, in my opinion, you know. The album's definitely going to slap, and I think it'll definitely album of the year material. Even if not people's album of the year, I think it'll definitely be an album that's going to get a lot of praise and is going to be looked at as one of the standouts of the year, and probably a standout for the band too. And I just think it will be good. Okay, so that is the end. Thank you all so much for watching. You know, I might make a follow-up to this video when the full album's out, just talking about my thoughts and if the album actually lived up to my thoughts and expectations I had. And I'll obviously be making a reaction to it. So if you want to see me go mental over it, then come back on release day, because I'll usually get it out on the same day. So yeah. And finally, if you have any suggestions on how to make these kinds of videos better, please let me know. You know, I'm just a guy wanting to talk about the things I'm interested in and the things that I love. And I want to do it to entertain people as well, you know. And, you know, the best way I think I can do that is obviously by listening to what people have to say. So, you know, just please let me know. And, yeah, just let me know on your opinions on the album too, if you're excited, if you agree, if you think otherwise, you know. Yeah, so that's pretty much all. I hope you all have a good day, night, evening, whatever you're having, and goodbye.